Alright, and welcome to a Star Wars 3 Generations review, or look at. Basically, you've got here the original TIE Fighter pilot, the Power of the Force 2 TIE Fighter pilot, and the kind of brand new vintage collection TIE Fighter pilot. So I just want to take you through each one individually and sort of show off their uniqueness about them. So here's the original vintage one. You'll notice he's the only one who has grey boots and gloves. Now, because of the way they've done his helmet and everything, he only has 4 points of articulation. His head doesn't move, which, when it came to the Power of the Force TIE Fighter pilot, basically they went with a more kind of I don't know, wider stance and stuff, but they did give him the articulation in his head. But it means this pack thing does kind of turn round with his head, which kind of looks a bit odd, and they gave him a waist swivel. And they kind of updated all these panels on his chest and stuff, so there's not just a couple of red bits, there's actually kind of like more of a Darth Vader kind of chest thing going on. So I'll just revive the vintage collection one from the back here, who's running away. So then you've got the vintage collection, which is like probably the most kind of realistically looking one. As you can see, he is wearing a helmet with removableness, and he does have a holder for his blaster. And, you know, his costume is somewhat very similar in kind of design to the Power of the Force, but it's a lot more detailed. So he does have head articulation, which again you can unpop this from the front and have it so he's doing a similar thing, but when you remove it you can also have him doing that as well. So there you go. I think for me what's interesting is kind of seeing the differences over a sort of 30-year period, you know. So you got like 1982, 95, and I think this is about 2010 possibly. You know, so obviously each generation has its own perks, but personally I do dig the kind of grey gloves and grey boots, and this guy was kind of quite stocky compared to a lot of the other figures. You know, he looked quite beefy, almost like the Mr. T, you know, kind of has that kind of mohawk helmet thing going on as well. So, you know, I ain't getting no damn TIE Fighter fool. So anyway, thanks for watching that 3 generations of TIE Fighters, and I'll catch us all later on.